So maybe we should wait a couple of more minutes since we have 2 hours and students are joining. So all of these students are from your university, yes?
Yes, and we have students from other universities.
Yes. Okay. So anyone from the participants, from the students, would like to share his motivation behind joining this course? Anyone would like to share? I just want to listen that if I am audible. Maybe someone from
Hi,
students would, yes.
thank you for organizing this course, first of all. And my motivation behind this course, because I'm going to pursue my further studies in IT law. That's why I decided to take part in.
Okay, you are from this university, yes?
Yes, from Inaz University.
Which other university?
From Smith University.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to check if I can hear you or not. That's why. Okay, so I think we can start. We have 16 participants. Other will join. Okay. So thank you very much, Muhammad Ali, for organizing everything, and thank you very much to, first of all, Tashkent State University of Law for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts and to discuss about something which I feel that I am an expert in Central Asian region. Some of you might know me that from previous couple of years, I have been working in the sphere of uh, IT law, cyber law, digital law, artificial intelligence law, societal impact of AI, and these sorts of things. And collectively, we call them technology law. So I think that this is a wonderful opportunity for me and for you as well to sit together and to discuss and share our opinion and learn from each other's experiences. This course is very important for me and for you. For me it is important because it is my first course at Tashkent State University of Law. It is important for you because you are the very first people in Central Asia who are actually studying these topics which we are going to study. uh, I am sure that none other universities have started touching these topics which we are going to explore during the course of these 5 days. So you are lucky as well that you are some of the first students in Central Asia who will get a chance to study the technology law. So let me share my presentation with you and then we can proceed.
Okay.
Can you see this? Muhammad Ali, can you please tell me if it is visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, sure, it's visible.
Okay. So today we are going to talk about artificial intelligence law, and AI ethics and regulations. My name is Ammar Younas. You can call me just Ammar or Mr. Younas or whatever suits to you. I would prefer if you will call me just Ammar. Some housekeeping rules. Since we have 2 hours, we can take a break or we can finish earlier. But usually whenever we talk about these things, we exceed our time. So the housekeeping rule is that if you have any question, it is better to save it for the time which we will allocate to discussion. At the end of this lecture, we will have discussion. But if you want to ask a question and you think that this is very important for you and for class, you can just jump in and you can ask your question right away. Okay. So I will,
Okay, thank you.
I will appreciate if you will ask the questions, because I don't want to lead this session. I want you to lead this session. So today we will discuss about artificial intelligence law. And if I talk about, let me make it full screen. Yes. If we talk about what we are going to study during this whole course, the first chapter today we will talk about legality of robotic and artificial intelligence. We will talk about laws related to robots and artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Um, how we can conceptualize artificial intelligence legally speaking. So today we will talk about legality of robotics and artificial intelligence. Next lecture will be about challenges of regulating new innovative technologies. I mean, artificial intelligence is not the only technology. There are a number of other technologies. We call them new innovative technologies, emerging technologies, or technologies of 21st century, or technologies of future, whatever you can name them. This include 5G, big data, cloud computing, and these sort of things. Can you please turn off your speaker microphone? Yes, thank you. So, in the third lecture, we will talk about buying and selling of digital content. So, what is digital content? How you can buy digital content? How you can sell digital content? There are a number of things which we can say that they are digital content. For example, you buy music online, you buy movies online, you buy digital books online, you buy software online, and number of other things you buy online. We call them digital content. So we will talk about buying and selling of digital content. E-commerce. There are a number of different models of e-commerce, and so many models are there, that many legal challenges are there. So we will talk about different models of e-commerce and legal challenges related to those models. Then we will talk about space law and new emerging technologies. If you are a student of international relation, you know that space is becoming more and more interesting. Recently, you have heard that Elon Musk has launched his SpaceX, and they are planning to, provide 5G technology to our world by using these satellites which they are throwing inside the space. So different countries, they are fighting for space dominance. There are a number of issues related to space. For example, there are minerals inside the space. People are going to explore different planets. You can buy land on moon and Mars. If you go on internet and you just type, I want to buy the land on moon and Mars, you can find number of companies who are providing you the land on moon and Mars. So this brings the question of property law. And different countries, they are doing experiments inside the space. For example, you know that Soviet Soyuz, our own Soviet Russia, they experimented their atomic bombs inside the space. Means when they in the beginning of the Cold War era, when the nuclear race started, and USA was making atomic bombs, and USSR was making atomic bombs. So in the beginning, some experiments, atomic bomb experiments, were done inside the space. So we are polluting the space. So there are a number of environmental issues related to this. So we will discuss this, yes, in this lecture 4. And second part of the lecture 4 is medical technologies. There are a number of medical technologies are coming. For example, previously we had robots. Now,
Dr. Ammar,
yes, yes.
I'm Muhammad Ali, and please, could you take off your headphones because your sound is more in bad quality.
And now, is it okay?
I think it's okay now.
Okay. So just let me know if it is if it is not audible, just let me know. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Sorry?
Can you hear me now?
We hear you, but it's so slowly.
Okay.
Excuse me, Professor, we can hear you with interruption. We cannot hear you clearly.
Yeah, sound quality is bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it okay? Is it okay now?
Yeah, sure, thank you.
Now it is
Yes,
okay.
now it's okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just let me know if there are issues. Okay. So I was telling you about this lecture 4, what we are going to study in lecture 4. In the first part, we will study the space law. In the second part, we will study the medical technologies. You know, there are a number of new medical technologies in the market. For example, previously surgeons were doing the surgery. Now the robots are doing the surgeries. So if a robot is doing a surgery on a human and this surgery went wrong, who will be liable? This robot will be liable, or the company who made this robot, he will be liable, or the hospital who has installed this robot, that will be liable. So these sorts of questions we will discuss in this lecture 4. You also know that there are number of legal questions related to donation of organs. You can donate your blood, you can donate your kidneys, you can donate your eyes and liver. But now we can make 3D printed organs, means it is possible for us to make a human organ inside the laboratory. So this is also included into the medical technology. We will discuss about the legality of these technologies. And finally, in the last class, in the last lecture, in the first half of the last lecture, we will discuss about technology and human rights. You know, technology is bringing a number of questions which are related to human rights. Many people think that technology is violating human rights. For example, there are surveillance cameras, and these cameras, they monitor your movement, and many people think that it is the restriction on our freedom of movement. So these sorts of questions we will discuss in lecture 5. And in the lecture 5, there will be a practical workshop. I will ask you to do something practical, okay? And by the end of this practical workshop, we will just conclude. There will be a small quiz, and we will summarize everything, and then you will get your certificate. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes,
Sure,
thank you.
Professor.
Yes. Do you
Can
have
you
any?
share the
Do you
Can
have
you
any?
share the materials beforehand? Thank you.
Which materials you mean? I have already shared the syllabus. In the syllabus, first of all, you should join the Telegram group. In the Telegram group, I have shared the syllabus. And in the syllabus, at the end of the syllabus, there are some readings. You can do those readings. I will also be sharing some other videos and material inside the group. For the next day class, you can read them beforehand. And at the end of each lecture, I will share these slides in the group, so you can take these slides as well. Do you have any questions related to syllabus?
No, thank you, Professor.
If
No,
you,
everything is understandable.
yes, yes, who was speaking? Okay, so if you want to include some topics, if you think that this topic is interesting, it is related to technology law, and you want to discuss this topic, you are very welcome to message me, and I will try to accommodate your request. I will try to include this topic somewhere inside these lectures. Okay. So let's talk about today's class. What we will study today. Today we will discuss about artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? What are the emerging questions related to artificial intelligence? Why artificial intelligence is important for lawyers? What lawyers have to do with artificial intelligence? Then we will discuss about legal theory.
legal theory or legal philosophy or the questions related to jurisprudence, usually we think that they are boring for us, but in reality, these questions are very important. So we will discuss some of those questions. Then I will talk about a very hot topic, which is AI ethics and regulations. Number of companies, they are making internal regulations. Governments are trying to make regulations related to artificial intelligence. Uzbekistan is working on an AI policy. Do you know about this thing? So
Yeah, sure.
Ministry of Innovation, they are trying to make a AI policy for the Uzbekistan. So why governments needs these sorts of policies? Similarly, the companies who have technologies, they try to make their internal regulations related to AI. Vnutarni pravila, why they are important? So that their employers or their employees can follow those rules and regulations related to technologies. So these type of things we will discuss, and finally we will conclude. So what is the relation between law and innovation? We have law, and then the innovation come. For example, artificial intelligence comes. So when artificial intelligence comes or new innovation comes, it disturbs the law. So we have a law, and suddenly a new innovation comes, and then the law disturbs. Then it is the responsibility of the law to accommodate this innovation and make a new law. For example, previously there was a law related to technology. Then the artificial intelligence came. So now when the artificial intelligence came, it is the responsibility of the lawyers, it is the responsibility of the policymakers to make new laws related to new technologies. So the law is there, then the innovation comes, and then we make new law. So this is the relation between technology and law. It is like there is water, there is a river, there is a pound of water, and you throw a stone inside this pond. When you throw a stone inside the water, there is a splash of water. Water becomes disturbed, and suddenly it becomes calmed down. So technology is like a stone. You throw the stone inside the water, water disturbs, the water of law disturbs, and suddenly it becomes calmed down. Okay. So at this point, law is disturbed. Law is in the phase in which lawyers should play their role. Lawyers should accommodate our legal system and make new laws so that the technology can be facilitated. Okay. So this person's name is Ned Lutz, Edward Ludlam, or we call him Ned Lud. And in the beginning of Industrial Revolution, do you know Industrial Revolution?
Yeah, it was happening in Great Britain.
Yes, we know.
Yes. So during the period of Industrial Revolution, what this person did, this person actually, he was a laborer and prostoi rabochi. And when he saw that the technology is coming, he became afraid. He thought that the technology will come and everything will be disturbed, and technology will take our jobs. So this person, he started a revolution against those companies, you can say that, who were installing new technologies, and they attacked on those companies or industries and destroyed the machineries. So they were thinking that this new technology is bad for us because it will take our job. Today also, if a person who opposes the new technology or a person who thinks that technology is not good, we say him that he is a Luddite. Okay, so today also you can find many people in your neighborhood, in your schools, in your circle of friends, there are many people who will say that technology is bad, artificial intelligence is satanic, and this 5G technology, Internet of Things, and these sort of things, they are bad for mankind. You can find many people. So they are the analogous of those people in the time of industrial revolution. We can say them that they are Luddites, okay? But many people we find, they say that nothing has changed. We have been using the same technologies from previous thousands of years, and we have just changed their shape. You have seen this picture, you know, circulating on internet. It shows that how we were using the symbols like in Egyptian period, and today also we are using the symbols. And you know, the thumb impression. Previously we were using, when we didn't have signatures, we were using thumb impression, and today also we are using the thumb impression. So many people think that there is nothing new. It is the revolutionized version of something which we have been previously using. If you go on YouTube, you can find a number of documentaries where the people will be talking about ancient technologies. So you can find there different types of ancient technologies, and people are discussing on them, that how these advanced technologies were you know, made by those people who were living at that period. And this is something which is alarming. You have seen this picture circulating on internet, that technology is taking our jobs, and definitely it is taking our jobs. It is taking our jobs because things are being compressed into the smaller and smaller things. For example, this job of helicopter and the cameraman and the camera itself has been you know, compressed into a single drone. This is even alarming. In 2019, in China, this news is from China, there was a cyber court, means there was a virtual court, and the judge was robot and the both lawyers were robot. Means the whole concept of court has been revolutionized. Means the judge is robot and the lawyer is robot, and the other party's lawyer is also robot, and they are virtually discussing the whole case. So when we see these types of news, we think, yes?
Excuse me, it means that civilians can apply to this court to solve their disputes in China,
Yes, yes.
I mean?
Yes. There are number of courts, full-fledged working nowadays as well, cyber courts. Even Uzbekistan is thinking about cyber courts, and a number of disputes are actually being resolved by the cyber courts. But this is something advanced. Means both lawyers are robots and the judge is robot, and the court itself is a cyber court. So it's mean what the lawyers will do. Lawyers will go for software engineering, or I don't know what will happen. But we will discuss these questions. These are some of the things which force the lawyers to update themselves, because this is the future. These things are coming in future, and for this we should be ready. Okay. Many people ask me that why we need to think about the technology and the law. Technology as a substance matter is very ambiguous, or technology is something which is not the crude substance of law, and we have never experienced something like this. But I think that there were a number of things which we were dealing as a lawyer previously. For example, you know, these fortune tellers. There are people, if you go into your Charsu Bazaar or any other remote area of Uzbekistan, you can find a number of people who are sitting on the streets, and you will show them your hand, and they will you know, tell you your fortune. You have seen these things, yes? So there are number of laws related to this. It means some countries, they have legalized, even America in the Massachusetts, you can get the license, and you can read these cases. You can get the license to be a fortune teller. But in other countries, it is completely banned. Similarly, in many countries, it is prohibited to deal with these sorts of things because of their religious doctrines. But on the other side, many people in many countries think that they have scientific backup. Means magic can have its tentacles spread on science as well. Paranormal phenomena, many people are thinking that this magic or telepathy, or in more scientific terminology, you can say that psychiatry, they are actually the topic of science, and they have some scientific backing. So there are laws related to them. So these are some of the examples which show that technology is not something new which we are discussing or which we should be worried. In 21st century, there are a number of things which we have been dealing. Means if you go and search your case law, you can find cases related to the fortune telling, related to the magic, or the sniffer dogs. Now, there are dogs who are specially trained, and if there are some narcotics or some other illegal stuff, they can just simply sniff and they can tell. Now, in Pakistan, from where I belong, these predictions which are done by the sniffer dogs, they are not admissible as as an evidence in the court. Means police officer cannot say that our dog sniffed and there was narcotic. It is not admissible. But in some of the other countries, like many European countries, where they train these dogs, anything which is discovered by them, it is admissible in court. Even dog is considered as an expert. Means the judge thinks that if the dog is saying, it must be right. Okay. So I think that it is more of a question as compared to the use of technology and law. Did you understand the background, in which background I am talking? Smesel vi ponili.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anyone saying yes or no.
Yes, it's clear.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Just give me your feedback, okay, so that I can understand you are following me. So I am saying that technology is technology, but technology is not something which we should worry, because previously we have been dealing with the even dangerous stuff, like the dogs or the magic or the fortune telling, these sort of things we have been dealing in law. Okay, this was something which I was going to say. So what kind of questions the artificial intelligence or robotics is bringing? For example, just think about this question. I thought about this question, and I want you to think about this and give me your opinion. Will buying and selling of conscious robots consider as slavery? So conscious robot means the robot who knows that what we are doing or what is happening with him. So if we buy and sell these sort of conscious robots, do you think that it will be slavery? Now,
in this case, we should define what slavery is.
One minute. Before you answer, let me talk about the assumption. You might say that robots are not advanced, or this is a question of technology. It is not the question of law. So I know the technology because I am following what's going on. You can just believe me that there are conscious robots to some extent. I will show you later. Or there are robots. It is very easy to codify emotions in a robot. If you think that humans have emotions and robots, they don't have emotions, let me tell you that it is very easy to just install emotions into the robot. So just think that when I say conscious robot, there is conscious robot. So our conscious robots know that you are doing buying and selling of this person. Do you think that it is slavery? Yes, now.
Uh,
No, I
Personally-
don't think so.
Personally, it's not. Because we are developing the artificial intelligence for serving to human beings. That's what they must serve for us.
Okay,
Personal point of view.
let me share my ideas.
Yes, yes,
When we
please.
say robots, I think robots, it's just a shape. I mean, it's intelligence, it's program which was installed is a precious one that about which we should think. I mean, when you sell, you don't sell a robot itself. You sell the intelligence. That's why I don't think that we should consider robot as a person. We should
It's
consider a robot
technology.
as a machine, as a computer, as a machine that could think.
Okay,
I
so
think so.
I will ask you later on the same question. Okay, you will tell me that did you change your mind or not? Okay, anyone else? Anyone else?
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
We should define what slavery is in order to answer your question. And we should define if the robot can be a person or it is a technology. So these two questions we should raise.
It
If you look
was
through the
very,
human rights
very
law, you
sort
can
of
find
lawyer's sort of answer. Yes. Okay. Okay. You rely on linguistic terminologies that we should define what the slavery is, and then we can, after setting the parameters, we can decide if it is slavery or not. Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I would like.
Yes, please.
I think the companies make robots in order to make money, so in order to sell it. So when they can sell it and the consumers buy it in order to use them, in order to make their life better. So there will be, of course, buying and selling process. But in future, I guess there will be established different laws on buying and selling robots.
It is like
But it
you
will not
you
be
raise,
something.
Yeah, I support it.
or you have eggs and then the eggs hatches and then you have a chicken and then this chicken become big and then you sell this chicken and this chicken might think that see, I was living in a new house, in an old house, now I have moved to a new house. So these sort of things, yes or no?
No, I don't think so. Robot is created by human being, but chicken is not created by human being. That's the difference between them, I think.
Okay.
Robot and AI, artificial intelligence, it's only the product of the producer. So we can see to the robot as a human being.
Okay,
only
we
the product.
will get back to this question. Thank you very much for your input. This was just to know that you are following what I am talking about. Okay, so at present, legal scholars and policymakers, they think that we need global digital human rights. We had human rights, there is a universal declaration of human rights, and now there are so many things happening in digital or cyberspace. People think that, the legal scholars think that we need the digital human rights, and there are a number of advocates who are talking about these things. Number of governmental initiatives are there to promote the digital human rights. And World Economic Forum, this year's their theme was, you can go on this website and you can read this article where they are talking about the Declaration of Global Digital Human Rights. Previously, we have a Universal Declaration of Human Rights, but now people are talking about that we should have a Universal Declaration of Global Digital Human Rights, because the cyberspace has become so much rich. There is too much substance matter that we need a new Universal Declaration of Global Digital Human Rights. So what is artificial intelligence? There is no single definition. But when we say narrow AI, when we say the narrow AI, then we have a definition. Narrow AI means if artificial intelligence does something specific. For example, in your telephone, you have artificial intelligence. All of you, some of you who might have MacBook, they know that the Siri, you can ask questions from the Siri, and Siri can answer you. So these type of things, they are the example of narrow AI. So narrow AI means the artificial intelligence which is used for a very specific purpose. We call it narrow AI. But if you ask me what is artificial intelligence, or if you ask any scientist what is artificial intelligence, it is very difficult for him to reply. So you have heard about this phenomena. This is called as autonomous uh, machines are there, means the cars without drivers. Uh, it is possible at many places. It is actually being experimented. There will be cars on our streets which will be driven by the artificial intelligence. And then, you know, there are a number of legal questions. For example, if this car kills someone, or this car uh, falls into a situation where it has to decide that it will kill the pedestrian on the road, or it will kill the people inside the car. These sorts of decision making will be very, very difficult. I shared a video with you in the group. I think that you might have watched this, in which this person was discussing about the similar phenomena. Or you can say that there is a car. It is very difficult for us at this time to install morality into the car. Means it is very difficult at this point to install what is good and what is bad inside the car. So we will discuss this later as well. For some people, they think that if you sit in the Yandex taxi and Yandex taxi show you that go straight, take right, take left, or when you open this Word document on your computer and this Word give you the spelling check, or when you write an email, this Grammarly software corrects your grammar. So everyone thinks artificial intelligence according to his own conceptualization. Means for some people, one thing can be artificial intelligence, for others it is something different. So everyone has its own understanding of artificial intelligence, and we will take this thought with us. Means we will not judge. I will not judge you if you will not understand what is artificial intelligence. I am just thinking that you have your own understanding of artificial intelligence. For example, here you can see that this translator, many people think that this is artificial intelligence, but it is up to you what you think whatever artificial intelligence is. So if we go a little bit back in the history, the IBM made this computer. His name was Deep Blue. So Deep Blue in 1997 was the first chess player computer, and it, there was a competition between this famous chess player. I forgot his name, Kasparov. Maybe he was from Russia, Kasparov, and
Kasparov, yes.
Yes, IBM's computer won. And then there were a number of discussions related to the same artificial intelligence. It is an interesting case. You can go on internet and you can just Google and you can find more details about it. So what is artificial intelligence? There is no single definition. I told you that there are narrow artificial intelligence, and then there is general artificial intelligence. So I will talk a little bit about general artificial intelligence. So what is super intelligence? Super intelligence means when a computer wins from a human being. Means biological humans will be outclassed. Means a computer is doing a better job than a biological human being. We say that it is a super intelligent computer, or it is super intelligence. So there are three types of super intelligence. The first one is speed super intelligence. Speed, as you can know, that speed means a system can do the same job but at a better speed than humans. Means this computer can read more books than a human. If we are lawyers, for finding case law or finding previous judgments or to study a book, we have to go to the library, we have to spend more time, but this computer can do at a much faster speed as compared to a lawyer. So we say that this is a speed superintelligence. Similarly, collective superintelligence, collective means as a whole. So there are number of small computers, and their work collectively is much better than a single human. So we say that it is collective superintelligence. Okay, so a system composed of a large number of smaller intellects, such that the system's overall performance across many journal domains vastly outstrips that of any current cognitive system. Means there are small machines, and everyone is doing something of its own. But if we will collectively combine the work of all the machines, it will be much better than a single human. So we say that it is collective superintelligence. And then there is a final quality superintelligence, means there is a computer who can do the same job as of human, but at a better quality. For example, I gave you the example of lawyers. Lawyers can argue in the court as a lawyer, but at a better quality. So we will say that this computer is quality superintelligence computer or something like this. So there are three types of general AI: speed, collective work, and the quality. Is it clear up till now?
Yes, it's clear.
Clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just keep giving me your feedback. Yes, no. Okay, so that I can understand that you are following. Okay.
Excuse me, could you repeat these three types of superintelligence?
Yes. So speed superintelligence. Speed means it can do a human work on a better speed. Collective superintelligence means there are small computers or small machines, and their collective work is much better than a single human. And finally, there is quality superintelligence. Quality superintelligence means this computer can do the work of a human, but at a better quality. Okay.
But won't the first
Thank you.
point and the third one will be the same? Speed and quality. If it performs by computer anyway, it will be better than by human. I guess the first and the third points, they are similar.
It is a legitimate concern, but when we talk about the quality, it is not always about speed. So speed is when you process the big chunk of data at a better speed. For example, reading thousands of books and writing a PhD in 1 hour. So it is a speed. So the same thing can be done by a human, but human will take more time. It will not write a PhD in 1 afternoon. So here is a comparison of speed. But if we talk about the quality, then we will see that the merits of that PhD means which robot or human has produced a quality thesis. For example, for you, it is physically not possible to go to all the libraries and read all the articles and cite specific articles for your thesis, but theoretically speaking, it is possible for a robot to sit at one place and explore all the libraries and find relevant citations. So definitely there will be a issue of quality. But this is the question related to the technology. For the sake of categorization, we categorize them in these categories. Okay. And if you are interested where we are right now, on this graph, you can see that if we talk about the calculations and exponential growth of computing, at present, we have computers which are working as equal as a brain of a small insect. But this growth is exponential. Exponential means it is not 1 plus 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, and 4. It is multiplying exponentially, means 2 to 4, 4, 4, 16, like this. So in near future, it is possible that we are going to achieve a super intelligent computer which will perform much better than a human. So if you want to conceptualize it like this is a human skull and this is a skull of a monkey. So at present, you can think that we are working for a skull of a monkey. We are thinking about a computer which will be intelligent as of a monkey, but in comparison to humans, there will be a competition, but the gap between these two things is becoming dim. Or to understand it more graphically, you can say that this flea insect, and then if we go on right side, there is a difference between the village idiot or Einstein brain, which is very small. So there is a huge gap between a brain of a flea and the brain of Einstein, but we are working towards this. Means machine learning and artificial intelligence is working on this, and it is possible in future that we will have computer as intelligent as Einstein. So if we make it more understandable for those who have interest in computing, you know that we have this Core i7. The computer which I am using right now, it is Core i3, and I have another this MacBook which is Core i7, and I am sure that some of you might have Core i9 laptops. Okay, so this Core i7 or Core i9, it is as intelligent as a brain of a mouse. Okay, so now it is more understandable for you. So tell me the year you think that there will be a 50% chance that machines will have human level intelligence. At present we have a computer who is as intelligent as a mouse brain. Tell me the year, what do you think, when we will have a computer which will be as intelligent as a human? What do you think?
Excuse me, but what are the criteria for the intelligence? I mean, I think computers are much more better than human beings for thinking, for logical thinking, and etc.
You do too much legal analysis of one topic. Take things lightly. Just have a superficial opinion rather than to go into the legal analysis. So the thing which I was saying that at present, if we talk about technological advancements, we have a computer in 2020 which is as intelligent as of a mouse brain. Just give me an idea that how many years it will take more for scientists to make a computer which will be as intelligent as of a human brain.
Maybe in 30 years.
I think in 2050.
Yes.
They may be
just 10 years, I think.
Yes.
They may be an equality with the computers that possesses the qualities and some things is possessed by human being, and
so number of different answers are available, but the average answer is that by the year 2045 we will have a computer which will be as intelligent as of a human being. So machine super intelligence will be the last invention humans will need to make. So it is predicted that when we will make a supercomputer, then there will be no need to make any more invention. We will not need any more inventions because those computers will be doing inventions by themselves. And if you go on internet and you search that you will find a number of news from Google and IBM that they made two computers, and these two computers started talking with each other in a language which was not understandable by humans, and then they turned them off. So these are sort of things you can already find. So let's talk about the law. It was about the technology. Now I'm coming towards the law. This was all to make a background of artificial intelligence. I think that now some things are clear. Now there is a certain context in which we will talk. Okay. So what are the legal challenges by artificial intelligence? The first legal challenge, which is that if we talk about subjects of law, we have natural persons and legal persons. Fiziciski lisa and juridici lisa. You know about this, yes?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, of course.
Yeah, sure.
So physical persons and legal persons. Physical persons are you and me and humans in general, and legal persons are your companies, yes? So if we talk about subject of law, we have natural persons and legal persons. But this robot is something which we can label as a digital person. Our concept of digital personhood is emerging. It will be a legal personality. So this is not something which I am proposing. When I was working on writing your new civil code, you know, Uzbekistan is working on a new civil code, and I was the part of this group who was writing a new civil code for Uzbekistan. And I proposed this idea that let's include Sifravi Lissa or digital personhood. And the other experts who were sitting there, they said that no, it is too early for Uzbekistan to think about something like this. But this digital personhood is a reality. So, European Union is thinking about these things very seriously. So now if we talk about subject of law in the modern law, there are fiziciski lisa, juridici lisa, and Sifravi lisa. Did you understand?
Yes, we
Yes.
understand.
Yeah, for sure.
One question. Sorry, Professor.
One minute.
Okay.
Yes, let me go towards. Oh, I'm not watching their question. There are so many in the chat. There are so many questions. Okay, I cannot read the chat. If you have any questions, just ask here. Okay, because it is not possible for me to read the chat. Okay, so legal question is that when there will be supercomputers, or already there are some different types of categories which I have mentioned about super intelligence, it is better for us to include them into Sifravi Lissa, because they are not humans, so they cannot be included into Fiziciski Lissa. They are not companies which can be included into Juridici Lissa. So it is better for us to make a digital personhood, to include them into a separate category, which will be much more easy for us as a lawyer to deal with. This thing is not something new. This was also the part of law. For example, many people, when they die, they give their whole property to their cat or dog or horse, or to the mechit, to madrasa. They say that kagda ya umru, tosto minia is, daideta umechit da, takova buait. So many people, when they die, they leave their property for their cats. And these cats are not Fiziciski Lissa or Juridici Lissa, but after getting this inherited property, it gets a legal status. You are getting my point?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, interesting point.
Yes.
So similarly, in our post-colonial countries, was post-Soviet countries, my country is post-colonials, because we were colonized by the Britishers. So the Britishers, they used to give, in the military, you need horses. Horses are very important for the warfare. So the army, they needed horses, and they they needed people who can take care of those horses. So what they used to do, they used to give a land to different people, and those people, they will take care of the horse. So they will cultivate this land. They will grow rice and wheat or sugarcane or whatever they want, and the money from that land which they will get, they will spend this money on the horse. Now this land which was given to these people, this land did not belong to the person who is cultivating, but this land belonged to the horse. I mean, the horse was the real owner and the human was working for the horse. Did you understand?
Interesting point. Yeah.
Yes.
So the point which I am trying to make is that these sort of things which we have been doing in our law, or this is an interesting phenomena where Kyrgyzstan bila, there was a huge discussion on dolphinia, that dolphins, they are like, they are very pretty animals and they are very friendly animals and we should save the dolphins. And many countries actually give the legal status to the dolphins. Similarly, in India, these rivers which are called as Ganges, they are the holy rivers. These rivers, they have a legal status. It's mean if you are making the river dirty, it's mean that you are doing a harm to a human, means you will be criminally liable. So making the water dirty is like fighting with a human being, something like this. So these rivers, they got the legal status. And in some countries there are mountains. These mountains have their own importance and government gives the legal status to these mountains. In Amazon, Amazon jungle forest, it has a legal status.
Yes.
It has a legal status.
Of course.
So there are a number of cases. Means this concept of Sifravi Lissa or robot getting a digital personhood is not something which is very difficult for our legal system to accommodate. We have number of cases where we have already accommodated these things. Okay, now your questions.
Excuse me, but could you clear the dashboard? I mean, clear this стрелки, как это будет на английском?
Arrows.
Someone draw something on the screen. Could you clear it, please?
What is on the screen?
Someone draw a yellow, what to say? I don't know. There are some lions.
Did you mention this?
Let it be. They are not disturbing me. I don't know how to do this. If I will touch them, the whole setting will be disturbed. Anything else?
Professor, do you believe that in near future, this artificial intelligence or super intelligence, okay, can say that, hey, humans, that intelligence can create endless engine or medicine from death? Do you believe in that?
What the artificial intelligence will say?
We can create endless engine.
Gene.
Engine, yes, engine. Endless.
Editing in the gene, yes.
Yes.
So,
do you believe in that?
I personally believe in technology. I think that it is happening already at certain level. In our lecture 4, when we will talk about medical technologies, when we will go into the lecture 4, I will talk about this gene editing, and I will show you the advancements in biotechnology and genetic engineering. So these things are actually happening at certain level. Yes, Samir Samandar.
I have a question. You said that we should categorize robots as a digital person, but what about the keyboards? I mean, people with artificial hearts, or maybe with artificial brains, and etc. How should we how should we classify them as a person, as a physical person, or as a digital person?
I will discuss about this thing. This is also one of the topics in our lectures. We will discuss about this.
I'm really sorry.
For your food for thought, I give you an idea that there is a thing which is called as biobot. So this biobot is half machine and half it has biological components. So these biobots, Boston University has made these biobots as well. So there are some biobots which are half machines and half biological components, and they can even reproduce themselves. So this is happening already. Okay, we will discuss about it in the upcoming lecture.
Okay, thank you. I got it. Thank you.
Any other question related to Sifravi Lissa? If you have any question, we can discuss now. Then I will move. No? Okay, if you have no questions, we will move. So this is a question, autonomous output of AI means, this is also a question related to your question about the genes, but autonomous output of AI means if a robot makes something, it is actually happening. Robots are making many things. Robots are writing books, robots are writing poems, robots are making computer softwares. So if a robot makes something, who will be the owner? You know?
I think machine it's patent. I think machine's patent.
So this is also
shareholders. I think
it's my own opinion.
Yes. What else?
Because
but you know it's a big problem for our human rights because we have not anybody like cyborg or machine. It's very interesting.
You know, in many countries, this is being discussed, autonomous output of AI. In America, in the European Union, they are discussing this at a very serious level, that who will be the owner of autonomous output of AI. And I personally know many people who are working in this area. This area has been interested to me as well. I have also written a couple of papers in this area, that who is the owner of autonomous output of AI? It is robot itself, or the person who has made this robot, or maybe the facility where this robot is installed, or I mean, it is a serious question and many people are discussing on a very serious level about this. But I want to show you this. This is a Microsoft robot who has written a book of poetry. And in literature, you know that poetry is a very difficult genre of literature. Yes? Means you can write a novel, you can write short stories, but it is very difficult for even a human to write a poetry, a poem,
yes.
or ghazal.
Just understand it.
Yes.
Microsoft chatbot has written a book. You can find a number of other companies, not only Microsoft, their robots have written books and they have intellectual property rights on these books and so on. I actually went to meet this robot in Microsoft's headquarters in Beijing, China. And I met with the scientists who worked on this project. And they showed us that how this happened. So if you see in the first picture, you can see this framework. So what actually happens, this robot looks, for example, at sky. It looks at sky, and sky is blue, and then he gets vdохновление from this and say that твои глаза как небо и так далее. So this robot can identify certain phenomena, natural phenomena, and then it can personify those phenomena into words and produce the poetry. Isn't it interesting?
Yes, very interesting.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how the artificial intelligence works? Now here is a little bit technology, Vnimania. Okay, be attentive. because I am not going very deep into the technology, but this is something which we cannot avoid. So how this artificial intelligence work? Artificial intelligence works on artificial neural networks. So what are the artificial neural networks? Artificial neural networks means there is an input, means your car check the weather, temperature, and then process this data and give you the output that drive carefully. The car realizes that temperature is high or low, there is rain, and then it processes the data and tells you that drive carefully. So between the input and output, these things who are processing this data in layman's terminologies, you can say that they are artificial neural networks. Okay. So what is the relationship between artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a general thing. Inside artificial intelligence, there is machine learning, and inside the machine learning, there is deep learning, and artificial neural networks are the part of this deep learning. So this graph is something which makes it more clear that artificial intelligence is a general term. Machine learning means how machine is learning something or processing data. How the machine is processing data by using neural networks, and these neural networks are the part of deep learning. Okay, so we are not discussing about technology, we are just discussing about the concept. So if someone asks you that how the artificial intelligence work, you will say that there is machine learning, and machine learning has deep learning based on neural networks. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, or yes or no? Only one person.
Yeah, it's clear.
What about others? We have 20 people. Yeah, I am listening the same people again and again. Okay. So you should.
I don't understand the last the 4 category.
Yes. So
The
artificial intelligence is a general terminology. Artificial intelligence is based on machine learning, that how machine learns something. You can say this. Machine learns based on the deep learning and neural networks. These are how the data is being processed inside the machines. Okay. So you can search about artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural network, and deep learning. There are a number of videos available on YouTube, but this is a part of technology. That's why I'm not going very deep into this, but let's look into some other examples and it will become more clear. So you can look at this diagram. The input is anything which you tell to the car. For example, weather. The machine processes the weather by using artificial neural networks and gives an output that, what is the output? Output is that drive carefully because the weather is bad. Okay. So there is a computer. The first diagram. There is a computer. Computer has artificial intelligence, means machine learning. And this machine then learns, predicts, and then gives its output. So you enter the data, the machine analyzes the data, machine finds different patterns, and machine gives its prediction. Okay, this is the machine learning. Machine learning means how the machine is processing data. This is machine learning. So if we talk about neural network, there is input layer, means how you give the input, then there are hidden layers where the process happens, and then there are output layers, means the directions are given by the machine. Mathematically, you can see that they are represented like this. Even deeper into the mathematical formulas are there to describe the artificial neural networks, the input, and then the hidden layer, and then the output layer. You can even mathematically describe them. But let's come to this thing which is more understandable for us, which is biological neural network. I am sure that all of you have studied biology at certain period of your life in schools, yes? And we know that we have a brain and our central nervous system, and we take input from outside world, and then this information is processed inside our brain. Yes, our eyes take input from outer world, and in the brain this information is processed and we react. We know about these things, yes?
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
of course.
Okay. So you can say that like artificial neural networks, we have biological neural networks, and the process is same. You take input from outer world, for example, sound or touch or smell, or all of your senses, they take input, your brain process the data, and then your body reacts and gives an output based on the artificial neural networks. And on the left side you can see the neuron. It is the biological component of our nervous system, basic component of our nervous system. It is called as our neuron cell. So how the neuron works, you know about these things, that these neurons, they are connected to each other and they process the data, and then they give reflexes, and then they give output. And here you can compare the artificial neural networks with biological neural network. The things are same. The dendroids of biological neural network in the first picture, they accept the information, then inside the body we process the information, and then the axons or terminals, they give output. So biological neural networks and the artificial neural networks, their functioning is same. If we look in comparison to each other, is same. The dendroids of the neuron cell, they receive information. In axons, you can say that the information is transmitted to the later axon terminal, which is output. And it is possible to describe both of these things, mathematically. So biological neuron versus artificial neural networks, they are working on the same concept. You can even compare them, human mind with artificial intelligence mind, and you can read it later when I will give you this presentation. Okay. So at this point, I want to make something clear, that this biological neural network and artificial neural network, their functioning is same. Humans are working on biological neural networks, and artificial intelligence is working, robots are working on artificial neural networks, but on philosophical level, they are same. Isn't it fascinating?
Yeah, really amazing.
I mean, when you start reading these things, when you start conceptualizing, I am sure that you will do more research on these things. You will become more and more interested into this stuff, that how the human body is working and how we are processing the data, and how the artificial intelligence is working and how it is processing the data. Okay. Now we come here. There are a number of cases where Kazakhstan ne ni davna eta bila. There was a person who was a Kazakhstan bodybuilder who married with a robot. Likewise, in China, there are people, scientists who make the robot, and then they say that I want to marry this robot. If you go on YouTube, you will find a couple of documentaries. In Japan, people have even married with holograms. So with the computer softwares, they say that this robot is my wife. Okay.
Excuse me, where did it happen?
Because robots can love only that man and nobody else.
Yeah, this example is from China.
From China.
This year, Etam Gado, in Kazakhstan also happened something like this, that there was a bodybuilder, a sportsman who married with a robot. You can Google this, you can find this. And in Japan, people can marry with holograms. Holograms are just images, yes. So it is happening. It is happening at many places. You can just search about it. Yes.
So does it mean that our legal system is already recognizing the artificial intelligence as human?
It is something which you should decide. Maya предложение to make Sifravi Lisa. If you don't want to make Sifravi Lisa, then you can you have to consider them физически лица or юридически лица, and then you have to give them property, inheritance. There will be liabilities issues, and there will be ownership issues, and so on. So it is up to you. But this is something which is happening. It is not sci-fi, or it is not from a movie which I am telling you. It is something which is happening. This Chinese scientist who made a robot, and later he said that "Miniya nojna passport toje, maya jina trebuit passport." So he made a robot wife, and then he said that I need a passport also. And this is a legal question, yes? Yes or no?
Yes.
It is.
Okay. So,
but is this his wife who demands the passport, or this is the engineer who demands the passport for his wife?
Engineer demands. Wife, engineer demands. It is like you have a small baby. You have a small baby, 3-4-year-old, and you want to open a bank account. So you go to the bank and you say that "Moi ribionak," means ribionak is not in a position to ask for himself. It is the parent. Or in many countries' laws, if a child does something wrong, the parents are liable. Yes. So especially in the tort law, if your child breaks something, then the parents, they have to compensate the damages. So these sort of things, and it is happening in law. Yes. Okay. So now we'll talk about this thing which happened. The question was discussed a couple of years ago that Uber or Yandex driver is individual who is driving, or the Yandex driver is representing the company. For example, if this driver does something wrong, who will be liable? The driver will be liable, or the company will be liable? In Uzbekistan, when you download the Yandex application, they have a privacy agreement separately. Their terms and conditions are different. And you just install these terms and conditions and sign the privacy agreement when you install the application on your mobile phone without reading. But in the long run, the number of legal questions can emerge. So for example, in this question, what do you think? If a driver does something wrong, who will be liable? The driver will be liable, or the company will be liable?
Sorry, in this case, the Uber is artificial intelligence or the person?
It is a person. I am just asking a question that person will be liable or the company will be liable. Later, I will talk about artificial intelligence. It is just to give a background.
Person, of course.
It's just to give a background.
Person is liable.
Of course, the person.
So since the drivers is a person, so
even it's person, it can be to brands of the company.
So the answer is that different jurisdictions have a different opinion on this. Different jurisdictions have different thoughts about this. Now, if you think that if you have a robot wife or robot baby, if it does something wrong, who will be liable? You will be liable. Your wife will be liable, for which you have claimed passport. Or the company which has made this robot, who will be liable? Or the shop which has sold you this robot, who will be liable?
So
okay, if incident was happened because of some wrong, how to say, attachments that were attached by company. Company will be for sure that how to say, the company will be punished, I think. But if the person did some mistake, for example, instruction mistakes or something else, he will be able. No, he will be wrong, and he should.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
It's up to the context.
It is very
Yes.
hypothetical. We don't discuss this.
I think the company is guilty when the accident happens.
Yes. Okay. Anyone else?
Yes, I think it depends on the person who's it's under possession. For example, if I own this machine, I'm reliable. If the company owns the machine, the company will be reliable. I think it's up to the possession.
Girls, there are a couple of girls and they are not speaking. Maybe they are afraid of boys. Yes. No one among the girls has its opinion. Okay. Let's move on. So there are a number of technologies. It will take a lot of time if I will describe one by one, but this was a graph in 2018 that how the hype is being created by the new technologies. You can see that there are biochips, digital twins, smart workplace, brain computer interferences, smart robots, quantum computing, volumetric displays. These are all new emerging technologies. We will discuss them in next class. Okay, so there was a hype, and then there is a steady phase now, and then now we are waiting that what will happen in future. And you remember I told you that maybe the super intelligence will be the last technology which we will need, and then we will not need any new innovation. Yes, this is a concept, scientific concept. I want you to understand. Vnimania, attention, okay? This is called as quantum mechanics, or in quantum computing we use this. Have anyone of you heard about string theory? String theory. No?
No. Spring means springs in the universe. You mean this?
Strings. Do you watch the Big Bang Theory?
National Geographic.
Big Bang Theory is serial.
Yeah. I've heard about this. Yeah.
Yes, the Sheldon in the Big Bang Theory is working on the string theory. The Stephen Hawking and Michio Kaku. Michio Kaku is alive, and Stephen Hawking recently died. Their work was related to theoretical physics. So the quantum computing is a concept. And what are the strings? String theory. We all know that there is a crystal. Crystal means anything. It has crystal. There is a fruit. This fruit has different molecules. We know molecules. Yes, molecules.
Yes, we know.
Molecules have atoms.
Oh, yes.
Atoms, yes.
Atoms means name. That says name. Atoms.
Yes.
Inside the atoms we have a nucleus, and outside the nucleus there are electrons which are circulating. Yes. Inside the nucleus there is neutron and protons. Inside the protons and neutrons are subatomic particles. Electron, neutron, proton, they are subatomic particles. Inside the protons we have quarks, and inside the quarks we have these strings. Okay,
but our books on physics doesn't explain this. Only till quarks.
I am not going into science. I am just introducing you with the concept as a technological concept. I will not even touch the law related to this because it will be very advanced. But if you are interested, we will do another course where we will study the advanced technologies and law. There I will talk about quantum computing and string theory and the law related to it. At this stage, I am just introducing you with a technological concept that if someone talks about it, you should have at least an idea what we are talking about. Okay. So there is atom misses name the atom. We all know atom. Inside the atom, there is nucleus. Inside the nucleus, there are neutron, protons. Inside the protons, there are quarks. Inside the quarks, there are strings. Okay.
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 Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So just leave it here. Just leave it here. This was just to tell you that what is string. So inside the quarks, there are strings, and the scientists who are working on string theory, they say that the everything is made up of strings. And if you are more interested, you can just type string theory and can study more about it. But this was a technological concept which I wanted you to know, because this is something which is very famous nowadays on internet, and everyone is talking about quantum computing, quantum mechanics, and string theories. So you should know about it. We will discuss law related to this when we will do another course. And I hope that by that time you will study yourself about quantum mechanics and quantum computing and string theory. Okay, so this is your Damashne Zadania for 2-3 months. In 2-3 months, when you will be ready, then we will have another course, and then I will bring law into this. Okay, so now the next legal question. The legal question is agency. You know agency?
Yes.
Naruskam что будет?
Агентство.
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 So there are questions related to legal question is that robot can be your agentство or not. Like you can ask your robot to write check for you, or you can ask the robot to do dealing, legal dealing, buying and selling on your behalf, or you can ask the robot to do shopping in Kurzinka. So this robot can act your agentство or not. This is a legal question, by the way. Yes. Because if the robot buys something wrong and you say that, no, I didn't order this, but the robot say that, yes, you ordered this. Yes, there will be a conflict between you and your agency. And there is a legal question related to this. So when we talk about the law of artificial intelligence, when we talk about legality of artificial intelligence, then we talk about the future of agency, that when the robots will be used as your посредник or agent or agentство, what will be the legal status of these robots? Okay.
Okay.
So in 1997, I told you the IBM person, he said that Dr. Pete is very famous person. You can find many things, interesting things related to him on internet. He said that it may be 100 years before a computer beats human at Go, maybe even longer. Go is a game. Go is a board game. Usually the South Koreans and Chinese, they play. It is like chess. There are white and black. Like in chess, you have queen and king and horse and this sort of thing. Here in this board game, have anyone of you played this game Go, or you have any idea about it?
Yeah, I know about it. It's called shogi on Russian language.
Okay. So Dr. Pete said that it will take at least 100 years when the robot will be able to beat the human in Go. But in 2016, the Go won from this person who was a South Korean, and Dr. Pete was wrong. And you know, after this AlphaGo, this game AlphaGo, there was another game Go 1 who beat the AlphaGo. Means the computer has become so advanced that in 2017 the computer already won from a human, and after that period there was a new game AlphaGo who won from the previous Go. Means we have so advanced gaming systems that they can beat the humans in that complex games. Did you understand?
Yes, yes.
It's plain.
And there are a number of other games like poker. There are robots who play better poker than you. And there are, you know, PUBG is now very famous on internet. And there are other number of digital games. They are becoming popular day by day. So the question is that what is the criteria? How we can say that the robots will become intelligent than the human? What is the criteria? The criteria is the judgment. Means the robot can do better judgment than human or not. For example, if you like tea or coffee, you can decide you like tea or coffee. For robot, it is very difficult to do prediction that you will like tea or coffee. Obviously, it can process the data. It can see the patterns in which you have consumed tea or coffee, but you know, it is very difficult for an ordinary robot to come and predict about your judgment, what you will like as tea or coffee. So the point which I'm trying to make is that robot can do anything much better than the humans, but robot cannot do good predictions as a human at present. Okay?
Yes, okay. You mean that robots have not feelings, yes? Like
robots have
human.
feeling. Robots have feeling.
Good human feelings.
Good
They
human
can
like,
guess.
also robots have
No,
bad
robots
prediction. I'm
don't
talking
have psychological aspects.
sorry.
Robots don't have psychological aspects to predict the judgments of human being.
In number of cases, I'm going to show you those cases. Robots are actually very good in predictions. Let me see the time. Okay, we have half hour and I think we are very far. For example, when it comes to the games, when it comes to a gaming, robots can do better predictions than humans because they can process data at a better speed. When it comes to analyzing your healthcare health records, robots can do better prediction. For example, your loan approval, if you want to apply for a loan, robot can do prediction about it. If the bank should approve your loan or not. When it comes to the financial matters, robots are very good at it. So the question is that algorithms, robotic algorithms, are in contest with human judgment. Human judgment is better or algorithm is better? This is a question. So machine learning is the process through which the robot will do the prediction by analyzing the data. And on the other side, human will use his intellect, analyze the information, include emotions or psychology or whatever you say, and make a human judgment. Who will be better, the prediction of the robot or a human judgment about one's matter? Okay, so these are two things which you can say that is differentiating human intellect from robotic intellect.
Okay, it's clear.
It's clear to you. What about others?
Yes, it's understandable.
Okay. Okay, so the person, Professor More, some of you who have some background in science, they know that there is transistor. Everything it has transistor, and on the transistor, on the computer chip, there are transistors. And More said that you know the number of transistors will be double. In 2 years, we will make a computer chip which will have a double the number of transistor on it. But if we see that we are going much faster than the Moore law, like 20 years ago, computers were that big. And today the transistors have become so small that computer can fit into your mobile phone. Yes. So it is exponential growth in terms of technology. And by the speed this technology is expanding, or the things are compressing into smaller and smaller things. For example, the memory cards, your mobile phone, now they have maybe one terabyte memory card some of you might have in their mobile phones. It was not possible for us to think about that data into this space like maybe 10 years ago, but today it is possible. Yes. So the point which I am making is, please try to understand, the point is that the speed with which technology is progressing, the speed with which technology is progressing is the speed of human prediction going backward. Means the speed of the technology is meeting the speed by which the human prediction was progressing. Means technology is working as a faster speed than the point where we think that the human prediction should exhaust. Okay, so it's mean that in near future we will have computers physically and intellectually who will surplus the human intellect in all ways, no matter it is prediction or making judgments. So this map once again that at present we have a computer which is Core i9, and there is very small period of time left when we will have a computer who will surplus the human mind. And if you want to know about the speed, in 2004, these self-driving cars, mean these cars who does not have drivers, they were like this in 2004. And today we have these types of cars. You have seen these cars, yes? And they are using, they are using, you know, they are using the different algorithms, machine learning. Their artificial intelligence is installed and they are very sophisticated. So in the bigger picture, you can see how the computer is watching. And in the smaller picture, you can see the actual road, how it is driving very sophisticatedly. Yes. And this is something which is more understandable for many of you, that how the machine conceptualize when it is on road very sophisticatedly. Yes. And this is our Tashkent. Means without artificial intelligence, everyone is driving like this in Central Asia. But the point which I am trying to make is that the speed of technology is exponential. Like in 2006, we have robots who was barely able to, you know, take these stairs. But in 2017, we have robots who are able to do these back somersaults, who can jump like this. And in 2018, you have seen this Boston Dynamics. This video became very famous on Facebook. This robot can open the door and can walk. And if you have seen this video, now I'm going to play the video, you will see that how advanced these robots are. And then you can think about where these robots can be used and what kind of legal challenges they will bring.
Leave that one as trotting and then drop this one down. This is like the feet. This here is 913. Prompt soccer.
Are we all synchronizing this? So that's so this is a good way to break down the tutorial.
Why are we all lined up? I just at some point we should all.
Okay, you got the idea, yes? In 2004, we had a robot who was barely able to take the stairs, and today we have these robots, and Mr. Moore's law is already outdated, means the transistors are not becoming doubles, but they are also showing exponential growth. This is not only technology which shows exponential growth. Exponential growth, I told you that 2 to 4, 4, 16, like this. It is not plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, 4 plus 4 is equal to 8, 8 plus 8 is equal to 16. No, this is not exponential growth. Exponential growth is multiplication, like 4 multiplied by 4 is 16, and 16 multiplied by 16, and so on. So this is not only technology which shows exponential growth. The GDP, the ВВП of countries showed exponential growth in the last century as compared to previous couple of thousands years. In this last 200 years, we see that there was an exponential growth. Or if you talk about the population in last 1,000 years, the population also showed an exponential growth. Means in last couple of thousand years, there were no people at all on this planet. And in last 2,000 years, we have, billions of people on our planet. And then if we talk about Facebook user, when the Facebook started, there were barely, couple of 100 users. And then with the passage of time, now there is an exponential growth in the number of Facebook users. So there are a couple of other examples as well. It is not only technology which is going at an advanced speed. There are a number of other things which are also going. Yes. So can we stop? If there is can we stop the lecture because the time is up? Yes, the time is until 6:30. Okay, this is 2 hours lecture. If you want to leave, you can leave. I am recording this. I will upload it on YouTube. Okay, if you want to leave, it's up to you.
Yes. Okay, Professor. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
We will continue. The others who want to stay, they can stay.
Yes,
So
please.
what is AI ethics? AI ethics is, there are 2 types of ethics. The first thing is that how you will use technology. Means there are good use of technologies, there are bad use of technologies. And the other thing is that what kind of morality you will install inside the artificial intelligence. Means one ethic is how humans will use technology. The other type is that how the machine will act when there will be a situation to decide right and wrong. So this is called as AI ethics. The scientists or the lawyers who study AI ethic, they study 2 types of questions. That how the humans will deal with technologies, and secondly, that what sort of morality we should install inside the machine. Okay. So then there are a number of other questions.
We can install, but they can develop, I suppose, in future by themselves. So whatever we install, it won't matter.
This is the question of technology. that are they able to set their own ethical principles or not. This is something which is very interesting to explore for the technologists. For the lawyers, it matters that what sort of morality we want to install so that the robot can comply with other rules and regulations. Means we cannot give free hand to robot to do whatever he wants. We want robot to be a responsible legal person, like physiciski, юридически лица. We want to make him a responsible citizen or responsible member of our society. That's why it is our question as well to think for the technologists that what sort of morality we will install inside the robots. And many scholars, many scientists, my own PhD is related to this, that what sort of morality we should install inside. For example, there is a question related to if there is a car and car has to decide that car should kill a small baby or an old woman, how the car will decide. Now this sort of morality is in the hands of scientist and the lawyer. We can decide this at this point. Yes, what you are saying, you are talking that the robot will able to develop its own ethical principles. I am not saying that it is not possible, but at present it is not our task because technology is not that much advanced. But this will be a legal question after 2050. Okay, I will just quickly go through this, bring to this question. Yes, so this is something that how the car will decide if it is on road and the brakes, there is no time for brakes. So how the car will decide that it should kill an old woman or a small child for autonomous vehicle? Very difficult. Yes. So it is the responsibility of the technologist, or it is the responsibility of the lawyer to install at certain point into this machine that what sort of prediction or what sort of judgment call it will make in these sort of situations. Okay. So different countries, they develop their own ethical principles. For Central Asia, I have proposed AI ethical principles. I have recently written a paper on this, that Central Asia should have its own principles, moral principles for robots. This diagram is from Harvard. You can see that how complex these moral principles are, that how different scientists in different part of the world working on AI morality, and they propose their own principles. Yes. This case, you know about this case, this happened in Russia when there were elections of Putin. There was a robot called as Alisa, and the Alisa proposed to be the president. And then they, collected the signatures that who wants Alisa to be president. And there were a number of people, like 36,000 people, who said that, okay, we want Alisa to be president. Means if we talk about politics of AI, AI has sympathies. AI is gaining sympathy of the people, and there are supporters of technology who actually looking forward that when technology will be advanced and they will, start trusting on the technology to that level that they will make them their prime minister or president and so on. So the final question is, and after that I will give you 10 minutes for discussion. We have left 10 minutes. I have escaped many things. I will discuss this final point and then we will go to 10 minutes discussion. So the final question is that what is the difference between legal tech and technology law? There is technology law which we were discussing. The legal tech is that there are a number of other technologies available. There are computer software, computer programs who make the life of lawyers easier. So those things are called as legal tech. And when we discuss about the legal, the societal impact of technology, then we talk about technology law. Okay, so technology is not only the intellectual property law or IT law. Anything in which we have technology or anything which has elements of digitalization is the subject matter of technology law. So when someone asks you that what is the difference between legal tech and tech law, what you will say that the legal tech are different software, computer programs, chatbots, which makes the life of lawyers easier. They help them in their case preparation, analyzing of documents, and so on. But technology law is a branch of law, and it deals with the legal impact of technology or societal impact of technology. So this is the difference between legal tech and tech law, or legal tech and technology law. Okay, so what is AI policy? In short words, every country is making its own artificial intelligence policy, that how the technology will be regulated in their country. Uzbekistan is working on this, and I am proposing, my idea is that Central Asia should have its own AI policy only for Central Asia. So if someone asks you that what is AI policy is the regulatory mechanism, framework under which technologies will be functioning, or technology will be producing, or technology will be used inside a country. This is called as AI policy. So conclusion is that what do you think our society will look like in future? There are 3 questions. I am leaving you with 3 questions to think about. You will think and then you will give me the answer in other classes or maybe individually, that how we can use law to incentivize AI. Means the purpose of law is to promote technology. The purpose of law is not to restrict technology. As a lawyer, we want to promote technology, but how? The second question is how we can use law and policy to regulate the new technologies. There are a number of new technologies and we need new laws to regulate those technologies. And the final question is that how we can use AI to improve law, which means that it is not only the responsibility of the lawyers to promote technology, it is the responsibility of the technologist as well to give us feedback so that we can improve law. So these are 3 questions for your thought, and thank you very much for your attention. These are my contacts, and now we have 10 minutes for discussion.
Thank you for lecture too.
Yes.
I have a question.
Thanks a lot.
Yes. So if you have any questions, you can ask the question, or you can discuss.
In the foreseeable future, can robots or artificial intelligence develop themselves on their own? Maybe about in terms of their skills or some cognitive thinking.
So this is the question. This is the question of technology. This question is better suitable for a technologist. But I am a lawyer. But my observation is, and I have shown you a number of examples, that there is a growth, exponential growth, and in future it will be possible. Everything is possible in future, not in a far future, in a very near future. I am sure that we will see these things happening with our own eyes. Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, as an answer for the first question, I may say that we should direct strong fundings for the privileges to some companies that could, develop, that could organize their own artificial intelligence. In that situation, I think law could help to incentivize artificial intelligence in our country. I mean, there should be strong funding.
Most of the things depends on the financial support by the authorities. Yes. So you think that you need financial support so that you can help the technologist to accommodate their legal needs. Yes, it is also
Yes, of course.
it is also, you know, one of the possible mechanisms, but you know, some things are unavoidable, something you cannot avoid. I will give you an example of environment. Yes, previously no one cared about environment. Окружающее средство was a, you know, useless topic, but now everyone is talking about environmental impact of companies. Everyone is saying that don't pollute the environment. Everyone is saying to the companies to take care of the environment. Yes, and governments are giving funding for this. So sometimes it happens that the idea comes first and then funding comes. Yes, sometimes it happens that your idea is not appreciated, but then it becomes the demand of that era, demand of the time, and then the government start giving you funding. For example, environment. Previously no one thought about environment, and now everyone is thinking about environment, and government is giving funding to save the environment. Yes. Okay, we can take one more question before leaving, and then it will be exactly 2 hours. Any other last questions, opinion? No?
Good evening, Ammar. Thank you for your lecture. What do you think about the statement that artificial intelligence in the future can replace lawyers, human lawyers?
I started my lecture from here. It is not in future, it is already doing. And I showed, you know, this picture. Can you see this news?
Yes.
Sorry. Yes, this is from China, where there was a court, cyber court, and the lawyers of both parties, they were robots, and the judge itself was a robot. So it is not something which is going to happen in future. It is already happening, and many countries are working on the concept of cyber courts. Yes. So the concept of
Excuse me, but what about soft skills that are how to say in need for the lawyers? But I think the artificial intelligence nowadays, and I think in the near future, I can't have the soft skills.
What sort of soft skills?
Like analyzing the feelings of people, communicative skills, and etc.
They are very sophisticated in this. For example, I give you an example that there are facial recognition cameras. In Tashkent also you have installed Chinese facial recognition cameras in Tashkent metros. So what is happening, that this camera can look at your face, they can analyze your body movement, and they can predict if something is superstitious about you. They can look at your facial expression and they can tell you that you are a good person or bad person. So this is something actually happening. Again, this is the question of technology, but I told you that there are certain things which robots are unable to do, and lawyers should work on developing those skills. For example, prediction. There is a competition of prediction between robots and the humans, that humans so far can do a better prediction. Similarly, when it comes the question of making judgments, the humans are still better to make a judgment about a completely, you know, random idea as compared to a robot. Yes. But you know, if you are worried about your future as a lawyer, my suggestion is to start understanding technology, how technology works. Because when you will start understanding how technology works, you will find, you know, good perspective for your job. So when you will start understanding technology, you will start finding jobs for yourself. Okay. So I think times is up. 2 hours have completed. Thank you very much for all those who stayed till end. and we will discuss in the group the further questions if you have any questions. And we have done some amendments in the timetable because some of you requested me that they cannot attend the classes because of the new year, and that's why we decided that we will start the next 4 classes after the new year, 4, 5, 6. We will discuss about this in our group. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you, Muhammad Ali. Thank you for your time and for organizing. And if you have any questions, we can discuss later in the group. Okay, bye.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.